The government of the Republic of Zambia notes yesterday's judgment of the Supreme Court of Appeal of South Africa on the burial of our late 60th President, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Although we disagree with the judgment, we will not be taking this matter any further. We will not be exercising our right to appeal to the Constitutional Court of South Africa. Let me repeat. Although we disagree with the judgment, we will not be taking this matter any further. We will not be exercising our right to appeal to the Constitutional Court of South Africa. In line with the judgment, this is now a private matter for the Lungu family to proceed with their desired burial in the Republic of South Africa. They may now proceed and bury in South Africa as per their wish and desire. Government's purpose throughout the last 12 months has been to honor the 60th president in line with the precedent of how previous presidents have been honored. A clear set of national customs and culture has been established. That conviction was held in utmost good faith. The nation will recall the following facts. The first president to pass away was President Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, may his soul rest in peace, who was then buried at Embassy Park under the leadership of acting President Rupia Bwezani-Banda of the MMD in September of 2008. In his last will and testament, President Mwanawasa had indicated a desire to be buried at his farm in Palawana. The then government, however, resolved that it was right for him to be laid to rest at Embassy Park, thereby enabling the Zambian people to honor him at the time and in future at the most suitable and accessible resting place. Thereby established a precedent. The then government, acting in national interest, thereby established a precedent. The second president, Dr. Frederick Titus Jacob Chiluba, was buried at Embassy Park in June of 2011 under the leadership of acting President Dr. Guy Scott of the Patriotic Front. Our first Republican president, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, may his soul rest in peace, was buried at Embassy Park in July of 2021 under the leadership of President Edgar Chagwa Lungu of the Patriotic Front. On that occasion, members of the Kaunda family went to court seeking that he be buried next to his late wife in keeping with what they held to be his wish. The courts declined that application and upheld burial at Embassy Park, and President Kaunda was laid to rest there with full honors in national interests. The fourth president, Rupia Bwezani-Banda, may his soul rest in peace, was buried at Embassy Park in March of 2022 under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema of the UPND. Of all those former presidents buried at Embassy Park with full military honors, in line with the dignity of the office they held, regardless of the issues at hand, they were all buried according to national culture and practice. We believed that we would honor the 60th president as we have honored all other presidents and thereby give millions of Zambians he led an opportunity to mourn him in their own country. Unfortunately, this is not to be. as the family have decided to bury him in South Africa. Our nation has always understood the profound importance of a final resting place among one's own people as a compassionate and sovereign nation. Zambia has consistently facilitated the repatriation of those who passed away on our soil, so that they may return home to their families and communities. Only recently, we supported and worked together alongside the government of the Republic of South Africa to return its liberation heroes and other nationals who had died in exile here in Lusaka, so that they could be laid to rest in their homeland. It was in that same spirit that, out of the same conviction, that we wish to bring our 60th president home to Zambia. Having said that, we maintain our message of condolences to the Lungu family, as we have done since 6th president's death. As the nation may recall, President Hichilema declared a period of national mourning and then extended that period. President Lungu served this nation from 2015 to 2021, and his place in our history is firmly secured. We thank him for his services to the nation and encourage all Zambians to remember his contribution with respect. May the soul of His Excellency, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, rest in eternal peace. I thank you.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Are there any questions on the statement that has just been delivered? Yes, please.
Should the family reconsider of wanting to repatriate the body back to Zambia, and of course engage the government there again in somehow them wanting their conditions to be met? Is the government willing to come to the table and of course it's halfway in ensuring that this is actually done?
This is now a matter that has been left to the Lungu family to determine the next step. But as government, you know, we had the right to appeal with the judgment, which we do not agree with. We have the right to go to the Constitutional Court in South Africa, but we have decided not to go ahead and let the matter rest and be. So it is now all in the hands of the Lungu family, and government has basically stopped the process of the court processes so that the family can go ahead and bury him in South Africa as they wish. So from where we stand, our former president will be buried in South Africa as indicated and desired by his family.
And other questions?
Good afternoon, PS. I'm also at Kawana for Prime TV. I'd like to find out, how does the government plan to move forward in terms of upholding the legacy of the former head of state, in that if he's buried in South Africa, obviously for other former heads of state who are buried at the Embassy Park, there's a memorial service which is held every year. Are we going to see that for ECL?
Well, President Lungu was president of the Republic of Zambia, and his works are recorded here in Zambia, and therefore he will be treated as we have treated all other presidents. And when it's time for memorial, we will set up memorial for him. The only difference is that we will be remembering our head of state, but buried on foreign soil. It is very, very unfortunate to have a former head of state, former commander-in-chief, buried in a foreign land, not because there's turmoil in the country of origin, not because there's war in the country of origin, but because the family feels so, the family desires so, that they want to bury their beloved person who also was a father of the nation in a foreign land. Really, it is unfortunate for our country.
Yes,
Good afternoon. Yes, one of the questions online is what's next for the grief at Embassy? People have been asking, questioning, do you have a grace period, whether it will be buried or what will happen to that?
Well, the nation will be guided what will happen next to the prepared resting place at Embassy Park. So in due course, the nation will be informed what is to follow.
Maybe a follow-up. Yes. If the Lungu family wants a private funeral in Zambia, is government open to such?
If they want a private funeral here, they'll do it. They don't need to apply to government. This funeral now is left in their hands. So they'll do what they want. And they have indicated to everybody else that they want to bury him in South Africa. So they'll bury him in South Africa.